Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Trevor Matson Movie Show, episode 5 on the Trevor Matson Talks Movies YouTube channel. I'm Trevor Matson, in case you couldn't tell by the times I use my name in the titles of things. Got a fun show for you today. We are talking about the potential Venom Spider-Man crossover in the films Cruella 2, the Journal for Jordan trailer, the box office, and so much more. So let's jump right into it. Okay, everybody, let's kick off the show as always with the weekend box office. 3 new films in the top 5 this week, with the number one being Free Guy, coming in at a 28 million. Biggest opening. I mean, it's a good opening for pandemic times. That isn't a great opening, I would say, in general, but for pandemic times, pretty good. Pretty good. Don't Breathe 2 comes in at number 2. This movie did better than I thought it would, coming in at 10.6 million. I honestly didn't think that people would care about this movie. I really didn't. But people did. People did. Comes in at number 2. Jungle Cruise, holding on still for that number 3 slot with $9 million. Hanging on. It's been consistent, which is good. Might have legs. Number 4 is Respect, the Aretha Franklin biopic from MGM, starring Jennifer Hudson. Comes in at 8.8 million, just behind Jungle Cruise. Jennifer Hudson is getting a lot of Oscar hype for this, which I'm happy about. Love to see Jennifer Hudson do well. And The Suicide Squad comes in at number 5 with a massive drop-off from its opening week. It comes in with 7.7 million, a 70% drop off. That's really big. Again, I think this is because of the HBO Max release. The people who are going to go see it in theaters all went opening weekend. And everybody else, I mean, I think that we're just going to keep seeing these numbers dying from here on out, which is unfortunate. But I think this is just the world we live in. Yes, there is the Delta variant, which, I mean, is pushing stuff back. We did see Venom Let There Be Carnage be pushed back just a month. But, I mean, we could start seeing the dominoes falling again, which is unfortunate. But again, it's just the world we live in now. I do think that we have made a bigger move to streaming, for better or for worse. Into our next story, though, Clancy Brown has joined John Wick 4. I'm pretty happy about it. I am pretty happy about it. Now, the John Wick films, I think are fine. They keep trying to outdo themselves, which I don't think is the best. I mean, the first John Wick film is probably the best. I'm not even that big of a fan of the first John Wick film. But Clancy Brown is awesome. Just love Clancy Brown. The Shawshank Redemption probably his most well-known role. I've most recently seen him in Promising Young Woman, where he plays Carey Mulligan's father. That was, I think, my second favorite movie of last year, probably only second to The Father. But a really, really great film. Clancy Brown is good in it, even with his limited screen time. But yeah, just happy to see him in this as this movie continues to build out its cast. We also got word that the MonsterVerse, it's going to continue. We're gonna get more of the MonsterVerse. Did we want this? I don't know. Godzilla vs. Kong felt like the end. We had that rumored Son of Kong movie coming from Adam Wingard, the director of Godzilla vs. Kong. Do I think that will happen? I don't know. I guess if anything, this is what that is. But even still, like, I don't know if I want them to continue with this, honestly. I like all of the MonsterVerse films except Godzilla King of the Monsters, and I really don't think we need more. I really don't. But whatever. Jumanji 3, though, Dwayne Johnson said, is still happening. He says we're still doing this. I like the first Jumanji film. I have not seen the Next Level. But I really like Welcome to the Jungle. I've heard Next Level isn't as good. But do I want to see a third one? Yeah, sure. I really like the cast in the first one. I don't know where they would go with it. Again, I have not seen the next level, so I don't know where they could potentially go with it. But yeah, it'd be the fourth film in the franchise overall, following, of course, the 1995 film, and then the two Dwayne Johnson led ones. But yeah, uh, I, I think that the ensemble has such great chemistry with each other that sure, I'll keep watching them. Absolutely. Next we had the trailer for Everybody's Talking About Jamie, and I really liked it. I really, really liked this. Um, it's based off of a Broadway musical. Um, and from what I've read, it's keeping very close to the musical, which I love when things keep close to the source material. This movie seems like a lot of fun. I'm already loving all of the costumes. Um, Kind of sad we won't be able to see this in theaters, but it will be an Amazon film September 17th, my birthday weekend. And yeah, I'm excited to jump into this one. I believe it has come out at some festivals so far, and people have been liking it, which gives some good signs. Um, I love to talk about the Oscars. Do I think this has any Oscar potential? Probably not, unless there's like an original song in there. Because they love to give original song stuff to musical adaptations that add new songs. Like I think we're going to see In the Heights get an original song nomination for the credit song from Lin Manuel Miranda. So maybe there, but I don't see this getting Oscars anywhere else. But it does just seem like a fun movie. Kind of reminds me of The Prom, strangely. But it looks better. Low bar. I mean, I thought The Prom was fine. I didn't hate it as much as most people, but yeah, give me Prom vibes. Um, Margot Robbie has joined Wes Anderson's new film, which is shooting in Spain. Bill Murray's in it. Tilda Swinton's in it. I think Michael Cera's in this. Tom Hanks is in this. This cast is incredible. I feel like I'm talking about this movie every week. Uh, and it's just because I love Wes Anderson. Margot Robbie's also a phenomenal actress. I mean, people just think of her as Harley Quinn, but like The Wolf of Wall Street, I, Tonya, Bombshell, she's just a legitimately good actress. So to see both her and Tom Hanks in a Wes Anderson film is going to be insane. I mean, of course, we have Adrian Brody's also in this. I think Jason Schwartzman. So we have a lot of Wes Anderson regulars. But seeing Tom Hanks and Margot Robbie join this cast, potentially as new Wes Anderson regulars, like if they stick around, that'd be awesome. Uh, Again, anything Wes Anderson, I am here for. Next story here: Idris Elba is going to play Knuckles in Sonic 2. Um, huh. I mean, Idris Elba's great. I'll see him do anything. This seems weird though. For one, the turnaround time from Sonic to Sonic 2 does not make me think this will work. Sonic the Hedgehog came out February of 2020. Sonic 2 is supposed to come out like February or March of 2022. I don't know if you can make a movie like this in 2 years. That doesn't seem possible, especially during the pandemic. That doesn't feel like it can happen. Um, Especially with all these major. I mean, you got James Marsden, you got Jim Carrey, uh, Ben Schwartz, no Idris Elba. Ben Schwartz and Idris Elba voice acting opposite each other will be weird. Um, I know I'm very cautiously optimistic about this because I thought that this first Sonic the Hedgehog film was fine. I just it didn't leave me wanting more. Which if a sequel's announced, you usually want people to be wanting more, and this didn't do it for me. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I feel very very mixed on this, but hey, I mean it's Idris Elba, and he's a really just phenomenal actor. Um, so I guess we'll see. Diving into some voice stuff. Jennifer Lawrence is going to play Sue Mangers in a biopic. Sue Mangers is one of the biggest talent agents of all time. She represented basically everybody. Everybody who was like a name in the 70s, you had Sue Mangers as your agent. This seems like a great role for Jennifer Lawrence. After a couple years dropping off after she had that big Oscar run where over the course of like 4 years or something like that, she got 4 nominations. I don't know if that's entirely true, but like it was Silver Linings Playbook, Winter's Bone, Joy, American Hustle. Those felt like they were all back to back to back. And then she's kind of dropped off, like she did the X-Men films, finished out Hunger Games. But I feel like she has a comeback this year. She's in an A24 film this year, opposite Brian Tyree Henry, who I'm excited to be really breaking through. He's got that A24 film plus Eternals. And then she's also going to be in Don't Look Up, Adam McKay's new film, where she's going to be starring opposite Leonardo DiCaprio. So she's making the comeback to awards, it feels like. And this feels like another big awards film. You know the Oscars love films about Hollywood. And this is Hollywood in the 60s and 70s about potentially the greatest talent agent of all time in Sue Mangers. And Jennifer Lawrence feels perfect for this role. Like I could totally see her as like a fast talking like agent just going around to everybody in LA and like picking up all of these clients and creating all of their careers. Like I'm very excited for this film. Jennifer Lawrence Oscar hype for whenever this whichever year this film comes out. I'd assume 2022 or 2023. Jennifer Lawrence I think is making a comeback to the Oscars, if not this year, then with this film. Our next story here is the trailer for A Journal for Jordan, which is another potential Oscar contender. We got Denzel Washington directing his last directorial effort, Fences. I believe earned him a Best Director nomination. I know Fences got lots of nominations though. Both Denzel and Viola Davis both got acting nominations. I'm pretty sure he got direction. I think he did. No, I'm not sure. The point is, his last directorial effort got Oscars. I mean, he's also done, Antoine Fisher. Like he's a solid director. He's a very, very good director. And this trailer looks good. If you know me, you know that I love Michael B. Jordan. Like I just really love Michael B. Jordan. So anything that he does, I'll be excited for. It's based on a true story. This film already feels very, very emotional. I'm just excited that Michael B. Jordan's going to actually be in a good movie this year after being in Without Remorse and Space Jam: A New Legacy. This film looks really, really good. I'm very, very excited for it. And yeah, go check out this trailer. Do I think this movie will get any nominations? Maybe. I don't think it gets any acting nominations, but maybe Denzel for directing. Maybe it gets screenplay. Maybe. But let's keep moving along. Tom Hardy says that he has plans for Venom 3, and he wants Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the film. I mentioned how Venom 2 was delayed, but Tom Hardy, already thinking ahead to Venom 3, wants Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So, do we think that the Sony Marvel villain universe is part of the MCU? I need to see Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Morbius, honestly. We had the trailer for Morbius, which showed us Michael Keaton. Does that mean it's in the MCU? Not yet. Does it lead me to believe that it's in the MCU? Yes. Yes, it does. Because it had been rumored for a while Tom Holland was supposed to be in Venom. He was supposed to have a cameo. But Kevin Feige said no. And I feel like he wasn't saying no just to say no. Like, I honestly feel like he had plans to bring it in later. And this is the plan. I mean, it makes sense now that we have multiverse opened up. I mean, WandaVision kind of started it. Then we really got into it with Loki. The multiverse is officially a thing. What If is now airing, which is like, yeah, we definitely have a multiverse. Then we have Spider-Man 3 later this year with Doctor Strange 2 coming right afterwards. I mean, we have like this mini multiverse crossover. And I'm loving that like we're having like these small crossovers within the MCU because that's what they do in comics, right? It's you have these little crossovers between like I don't know 2 or 3 different ongoing series, uh, and then you have like the annual crossover. And sometimes you'll have two, but like you have all these little crossovers in between the big ones. And the last big crossover was Infinity War and Endgame, but you had like little crossovers in between, and it seems like we're getting that again. We have these little crossovers. It's Loki, it's WandaVision, it's Spider-Man 3, it's Doctor Strange 2. That's our little compact crossover. But then we'll get more. So I feel like bringing the Sony Marvel universe into it now makes sense because you don't have to make it officially canon. You can say it's the multiverse. Morbius comes out a month after Spider-Man 3. So, I mean, the release dates were obviously all messed up with COVID, but I don't know. I feel like if they were to do it, it's happening now. But I could be completely and absolutely wrong. Staying with some Marvel stuff, The Marvels has begun shooting. This is the Captain Marvel sequel. I think I like Captain Marvel more than most people. I still didn't think it was great when I initially saw it in theaters. On a rewatch, I think it's held up a bit more. But The Marvels is interesting because we have Miss Marvel coming later this year. And then we have this film. So I think Brie Larson is supposed to be in Miss Marvel. I'm not sure. But we've already kind of been building to this film because we had Tiana Paris as Monica Rambeau appear in WandaVision and get powers as Photon, which I'm guessing that's going to be her superhero name. But in the comics, she was Captain Marvel before Carol Danvers. She was the first Captain Marvel after the Kree Marvel died. And she led the Avengers for a while. She had this really cool like white and black suit. And that was while Carol Danvers was still Miss Marvel. And then she became Captain Marvel. Monica Rambeau became Photon. And then Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, became a thing. So there's kind of this little family of that group of characters, all kind of spawning from the Kree. Because even Kamala Khan is Miss Marvel. She is a Inhuman, which comes from the Kree. So there's lots of Kree connections there. I'm very excited for this film. Not a big fan of the title, The Marvels. But I'm very excited for this. Nia DaCosta directing makes me excited. I'm very excited for Candyman. Comes out later this month. Well, we got like 2 weeks until Candyman. That's exciting. So yeah, there's a lot to get excited about here. There's a lot to get excited about. I didn't think that Black Widow was great. I thought it was mid-tier, but I'm still excited for the Phase 4 of the MCU. And our last story of the day is Emma Stone. Looks like she has signed on to play Cruella. For sequel. Sorry. I got lost in my train of thought there. For Cruella 2, yes, she has already played Cruella, but she's going to be playing Cruella in a sequel, Cruella 2. Is it going to be called Cruella 2? I don't know, but it's happening. I feel like this is just 101 Dalmatians, though, because if you've seen Cruella, the ending is just leading straight into 101 Dalmatians. So maybe a sequel to Cruella is just 101 Dalmatians from Cruella's perspective, kind of what they did with Maleficent, like telling that story, but from Maleficent's perspective. I don't know. I really liked Emma Stone as Cruella. I'm still mixed on the film overall. I like it the more I think about it. I liked it much more on rewatch. But there's still a lot of stuff that I wasn't a big fan of. Craig Gillespie's direction was just weird for me in the film. He's a great director. I mean, going back to Margot Robbie films, I, Tonya, he's a really great director. But his work with Cruella wasn't stand out to me. I don't know if he's returning or not, but just seeing Emma Stone play this character again will be great because she's truly, truly great as this character. So that is the news, though. Hope you all enjoyed listening to the show. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to it. Even if you didn't enjoy it, thanks for sticking around. You can find me elsewhere on Twitter at Matson the. You can find me on Letterboxd at Trevor Matson Talks Movies. You can find me on The Basement with my incredible co-host Mark Knopik, where we play some games, we talk about movies. It's a fun time. Go check it out. And you can find lots of stuff on here. I'm going to be doing reviews. I have some fun video essays planned. This show is every single weekend talking about the movie news. So subscribe, press the notification thingy, like, comment, all those things. So that way you don't miss anything. And so that way more people can hear me ramble about movies. Because I don't know why they want to, but they can. But you can check me out there. If not, next time I see you, I don't know when it will be, but until then, I hope you stay safe. Stay safe, everybody. Goodbye.